What if I told you one single offer could erase an entire professional league overnight? That's not a rumor, that's exactly what just happened. Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy didn't rant or speculate. He made a $100 million promise. His words hit like a bomb. If Caitlin Clark wants to start her own league, I'll give her $100 million, and I've got billionaires ready to back it. This wasn't a joke, it wasn't hype, it was a business declaration that could bring the WNBA to its knees. Because if Caitlin Clark ever says yes, the league she carried might collapse in 24 hours. In one clip, Portnoy flipped the sports world upside down. Fans called it the biggest move in women's sports history. And inside WNBA offices, panic spread fast. Why? Because the man who changed digital sports media forever just pointed his business empire directly at the WNBA and its biggest mistake, disrespecting Caitlin Clark. She's not just a player, she's a walking brand, the national event, and the single reason the WNBA is even relevant right now. And Portnoy's offer made it clear, he's ready to prove her power. It was the headline nobody expected. $100 million, not for a sponsorship, not for a team, but to create a whole new league around Caitlin Clark. That's not just confidence, that's revolution. And Portnoy said it bluntly, the WNBA only has a pulse because of Caitlin Clark. The moment she leaves, that pulse flatlines. Then came the leak that made everything worse. Minnesota Lynx star Napheesa Collier revealed WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert told players to be grateful. She even claimed Caitlin Clark should thank the WNBA for her endorsements. Imagine hearing that from your boss after you've done more for the league than anyone in 20 years. It was arrogance at the highest level, and it might have cost Engelbert her career. The backlash was instant. Fans flooded social media calling for Engelbert's firing. Players spoke out, even former stars said her comments exposed the toxic culture. Instead of celebrating Clark's historic impact, Engelbert tried to claim ownership of it, and that's when Dave Portnoy saw the perfect opportunity. Portnoy didn't just talk, he came with numbers, investors, and vision. A league built around stars like Clark, with real pay, fair officiating, and world-class marketing. He said, if Caitlin wants to leave the WNBA, I'll make her the face of the next era of women's basketball. It wasn't a dream, it was a business threat the WNBA couldn't ignore. Portnoy's not doing this out of fandom. He's a shark who smells blood in the water. He's watched women's sports explode while the WNBA refuses to evolve. He compared it to getting in early on a gold rush, and Caitlin Clark is the gold. And now, billionaires want in. The data tells the story. When Caitlin Clark plays, arenas sell out. When she doesn't, attendance plummets. Some of her games even outperformed NBA broadcasts. It's not luck, it's legacy. Caitlin Clark is a cultural force, and the WNBA has no idea how to handle it. Instead of building around her, the WNBA tried to humble her. Players made sly comments. Coaches looked the other way when she got fouled. Even officials seemed to swallow their whistles. And yet, Clark never snapped back. She just kept playing, kept drawing crowds, kept proving. Portnoy revealed he already has multiple billionaires lined up, people ready to invest the second Caitlin says yes. He's not bluffing. This is a calculated takeover. The moment Clark agrees, the new league starts. And with her fan base, it would sell out instantly. Portnoy even broke down the numbers like a pitch deck. Her current earnings? A fraction of her worth. In her own league, she could build an empire, from ownership shares to media rights. That's generational power, not just fame. Meanwhile, Cathy Engelbert's credibility has fallen off a cliff. Players no longer trust her. Fans mock her leadership. The person who should have been Clark's biggest supporter has become her biggest obstacle. And when leadership turns into liability, change always follows. Every insult, every bad call, every dismissive headline, each one pushes Caitlin closer to saying enough. Right now, she's loyal, but loyalty has a limit. And that limit might be approaching faster than anyone realizes. For the first time, one player controls everything. Caitlin Clark doesn't need the league needs her. She's the brand, the audience, and the momentum. And if she ever leaves, the cameras, the sponsors, and the fans go with her. Portnoy summed it up perfectly. Protect your superstars. Because when your stars shine, the whole league rises. But the WNBA, they've done the opposite. And now they're on the verge of losing the only player who can save them. Imagine a league where every player is respected, the officiating is fair, and fans actually get what they pay for. A league that promotes rivalries instead of politics. That's the future Portnoy envisions, and the one the WNBA refuses to build. Caitlin Clark could be the first athlete in history to rewrite the blueprint of an entire sport, because for once the athlete doesn't need the institution needs her. Caitlin now stands at a crossroads. On one side, loyalty, tradition, the WNBA she helped rebuild. On the other, independence, power, and a $100 million chance to start something new. She doesn't have to choose today, but make no mistake, the world is watching. And if she walks away, she doesn't just start a league, she starts a revolution. Right now, billionaire investors are circling sports like never before. From soccer to Formula One to women's basketball, they see the same thing, unlocked potential. Portnoy isn't acting alone, he's representing a wave of investors who know Caitlin Clark is the next billion-dollar brand. And when billionaires start aligning with players instead of leagues, that's when the power structure flips forever. Every time Caitlin Clark walks into an arena, the crowd roars louder than the anthem. It's not just basketball anymore, it's a movement. Her fans aren't just supporting a team, they're supporting a cause. They've made it clear they follow Caitlin, not the WNBA logo. And if she leaves, they'll follow her wherever she goes, taking the ratings, the sponsors, and the future with them. The WNBA had a golden opportunity to build an empire around Caitlin Clark, and they fumbled it. Instead of protecting her, they tried to humble her. Instead of celebrating her, they made her fight every game for basic respect. That's not leadership, that's self-destruction. And now, as Portnoy's offer looms over them, the WNBA is facing the consequences of its own jealousy. Right now, the league's future depends on one player's decision. Will Caitlin stay and continue carrying a system that refuses to evolve? Or will she take control of her destiny and rewrite sports history forever? Either way, the balance of power has already shifted. Because for the first time ever, the WNBA doesn't decide Caitlin Clark's future, she does. If Caitlin Clark ever says yes to Portnoy's $100 million, it won't just be a business deal, it'll be the day the WNBA dies. It'll mark the fall of the old, outdated leadership that failed its stars, and the birth of a new era, one built by players, powered by fans, and unstoppable by anyone in a suit. The message is clear: respect the future or be replaced by it. Whether she stays or leaves, Caitlin Clark already won. She changed how women's basketball is seen, sold, and celebrated. And the people who underestimate her, they just became part of her origin story. Because when the next chapter begins, it won't start in a boardroom. It'll start with a single decision from the most powerful athlete in the game. The power isn't in the WNBA anymore. It's in Caitlin Clark's hands.